Hi VC, it's Aaron, Mutha Elamir. Today I'm counting down my top 50 hard rock heavy metal records from the late 80s. That's from 1987 to 1989. And these are just my personal favorites that I have on vinyl. That's how I'm doing this whole series, just my favorites of what I actually own on vinyl. And this was the hardest one by far. I started pulling records, just the ones that had a chance to make it in this, and I had over 200 records pulled. And then I went through those, and the ones I just thought would be automatically on this, it was over 80. I was like, what is going on here? There's so many great records. So this is my top 50. This was extremely hard to pick this. The next 50 after this are almost as good. It's just so killer, this era. There's just so many great albums. And I seriously left, out of those top 100, there was another 100 I could have done easily. I mean, they could have made it. They're so good. The ones up above that I have there, I like those albums a lot, love them, and they didn't even crack my top 100. So it's just an amazing era of hard rock heavy metal music. So every one of these is an all-time favorite of mine. And if you'd like to see the next 50, like from 51 to 100, I'll do that video too, but I'm just doing my top 50. But I'm telling you, the next 50 is almost as good as this 50. Every song in here is solid all the way through. There's not a weak track on them, at least as far as I'm concerned. I love every one of these records. And I'll just get started because it's just insane how great this list is, to me at least. So at number 50, I've got Circus of Power's debut. This is a very underrated killer band. They're kind of like a biker metal, I guess you call them. You got the song Motor, which is their video, but there's just a heavy, just a grooving metal. Love this stuff. Amazing. Circus of Power at number 50. At number 49, got Wake Me When It's Over from Faster Pussycat. Their second album. This had their biggest hit, House of Pain, on it. Also had Poison Ivy, Where There's a Whip There's a Way, Slip of the Tongue, amongst others. Gotta Run, Gotta Walk. I love that one. The amazing album. Faster Pussycat at number 49. Number 48, the second record from LA Guns, Cocked and Loaded. This had their biggest hit, The Ballad of Jane. They were all these ballads were huge hits, but the rest of the records were just solid. Malaria is maybe my favorite. Love that one. Never Enough, Rip and Tear, I Want to Be Your Man. What a great album from LA Guns. Number 47, I've got the debut from Skid Row, and I absolutely love this record. It's my third favorite Skid Row. The next two I like a little better, but this one is just an awesome debut. A Piece of Me and Midnight Tornado, probably my two favorites, but it had the huge hits I Remember You and 18 in Life on here, and Youth Gone Wild, but all the deep tracks are great. What an amazing debut from Skid Row. Number 46, Tesla with The Great Radio Controversy. And this had their biggest hit, Love Song. I actually like the song that followed it a little better, called Paradise. But Heaven's Trail No Way Out is my favorite Tesla songs on here. Love that one. Lady Luck, Lazy Days, Crazy Nights. That's a great one. Did It for the Money. Great album. Amazing, about an hour of greatness there. At number 45, that's it. Wow. Bang Tango with Psycho Cafe. This album, I've always loved it. It's kind of got a little bit of funk mixed in. I saw them live touring for their next album, and they were awesome live. Great band. Someone Like You was a sort of a hit. Attack of Life is one of my favorites. Wrap My Wings, Breaking Up a Heart of Stone, just on and on. Love Injection. Just an awesome, awesome album. Love it. Number 44. Any other era, this would be in my top 10 probably. That's how a lot of this is. Back for the Attack from Dokken. Great guitar work from George Lynch. Mr. Scary and Heaven Sent and Dream Warriors and Kiss of Death. Love every song on this. Standing in the Shadows, another about an hour long masterpiece of a record there. Number 43 now. Girls, Girls, Girls from Motley Crue. And I love this record. I think it's aged a lot better than some of their other ones even. And just absolutely brilliant record. I love Wild Side, Dancing on Glass, 5 Years Dead. Those are probably my three favorites. You're All I Need. I guess there was one song I don't really care for on here. That would be their cover of Jailhouse Rock. Other than that, this album just rocks. And actually, my favorite ballad they ever did is You're All I Need. That's on here. So I love this record. I think it's kind of getting a bad rap these days, but I absolutely love it. At number 42, Black and Blue in Heat, their final album, and it's a rock, pop rock, whatever, hair metal, whatever you want to call it, masterpiece of a record. It's just killer all the way through. Rock On and Heat It Up, Burn It Out. You got The Snake on here, Suspicious, A Stranger, which was co-written with Gene Simmons, Get Wise to the Rise, just every song, Live It Up, just gets you in a great mood, party mood, amazing record. Number 41, we've got Pride from White Lion. And I bought this record when it first came out because I was visiting my family in Portland, and on the radio there, they had a really good rock station back then, and they played All You Need Is Rock and Roll, and I was like, I love this song. I went and hunted down the cassette, bought it, and I listened to it, and about a year later, Wait hit. The video for Wait came out, and they blew up, but I've been listening to this record, totally into them for a while, and Vito Bratta, right behind George Lynch. Him and George Lynch are maybe the two best of this genre of guitar. It's just absolutely amazing. Of course, it has Wait and Tell Me When the Children Cry, but Lonely Nights is so good. Sweet Little Love and Hungry, great album. At number 40, I've got Manowar with Fighting the World, my favorite Manowar record. This is just awesome. Blow Your Speakers, Defender, Black Wind, Fire and Steel, Holy War, Carry On, I can go on and on. Amazing. Killer vocals, great playing, just a killer heavy metal record. Number 39, I've got The Cult with Electric, my favorite Cult album. I love Wildflower especially, and Peace Dog, love Removal Machines, awesome. Great album all the way through, love this album. Killer stuff from The Cult. Okay, at number 38, I've got Whitesnake, sometimes known as 1987. Awesome album. This was all over the place. Still the Night was everywhere when it came out. Then you had Here I Go Again. It's not love. Is This Love? It's not love. It's a different song. So, here, this is a great song. I love Crying in the Rain. Children of the Night. Awesome album. Number 37, Kicked and Clawed from Cats and Boots. Amazing, only record they did. And Joel Ellis on the vocals. They had an American drummer, a Japanese bass player and guitarist. Amazing players. Really bluesy, heavy stuff. Her Monkey is one of my favorite songs of the 80s. Shotgun Sally's awesome. Every Sunrise, Long Way from Home. Killer album all the way through. So killer. Love that. At number 36, I've got Lord Tracy with Deaf Gods of Babylon. And this is a very unique record. It has like every kind of genre mixed into this record. It's got like the glam metal, then it's got some speed metal with Piranha, some East Coast Rose, kind of has a really good groove to it. You got a kind of a rap thing on here that's really hilarious and cool. Kind of a country parody type song. It's really cool. Just amazing, very unique record. Had the original singer, Terry Glaze, that was the original singer of Pantera, did the first 3 Pantera records, but this doesn't sound like Pantera. I like this better, actually. I love this record. I like Pantera, but that album is one of my favorites. I love Lord Tracy. Okay, up next at 35, I've got No Rest for the Wicked from Ozzy Osbourne. This to me is the last masterpiece that he did. I like his stuff after it, but this one here is the last one that I think is a total masterpiece of a record. Miracle Man and Crazy Babies were the videos. Fire in the Sky is great. Tattooed Dancer, I love that one. Breaking All the Rules, love this album. First one with Zakk Wylde, and it's a great one. Number 34, Surprise Attack from Tora Tora. Really bluesy, hard rocking stuff. Love this album. You got Phantom Riders, a great song. Walking Shoes, they still play that on Sirius XM. She's Good, She's Bad is my favorite on here. Guilty is great. Love's a Bitch, 28 Days. Amazing, bluesy, hard rocking album. Killer stuff. At number 33, I've got the Ultraviolence, the debut from Death Angel. What an amazing debut. They're all cousins, the whole band, and they're like Filipino cousins from San Francisco. And I think on this one, they were aged from 13 to 17. Like the oldest was 17 or 18. The youngest was 13, the drummer Andy Gallion. The amazing, amazing record. Mistress of Pain's my favorite song on this. I love that. Voracious Souls, Evil Priest, Thrashers, which has Gus Peppa singing. That's a killer one. The title song, Ultraviolence, one of the best instrumentals ever made. Absolutely love it. A thrash masterpiece, or a thrasher piece if you would like to have that term. There we go. At number 32, and about half the people watching this would put this at number 1 probably, so sorry guys. I love this album, don't get me wrong, but there's the ones over there I like more. This is Appetite for Destruction from Guns N' Roses. Flawless album. All the big hits that everyone knows on it, you know, Sweet Child of Mine, Welcome to the Jungle, Paradise City, on and on. It's So Easy, Night Train, you know, Mr. Brownstone. Then you got my 2 favorites, which are My Michelle and Rocket Queen. Great album, of course. It's a classic. At number 31, another classic as far as I'm concerned, Badlands debut. What an amazing record. Just totally catchy, bluesy, hard rocking stuff. Ray Gilland on the vocals, Jakey Lee on the guitar, had Eric Singer on the drums that later now is in Kiss, and Dreams in the Dark I loved that video when it was out. But Hard Driver, High Wire, wow, what a great record. Amazing guitar playing from Jakey Lee on that. I think it's better than, his guitar playing's better than when he was an Ozzy even. And that's some great stuff. Okay, at number 30. My favorite from Joe Satriani, Flying in a Blue Dream. I absolutely love this record. Most of Joe Satriani's, almost all of them are just pure instrumental, and they're really good. This one here, he sings like about 5 songs maybe, and it really adds a whole other element to his record. Big Mad Moon is a bluesy masterpiece. Love it. You know, Can't Slow Down. That's killer. I Believe. Love this album so much. At number 29, I got the debut from Faster Pussycat. And this is just flawless. A flawless, killer, hard rockin', fun record. Don't Change That Song, Bathroom Wall, Cat House, Babylon, you know, Shooting You Down, Bottle in Front of Me. I love this album so much. At number 28, sorry. Number 28, we got the debut from Brittany Fox. And this, what a great record this is. It's so catchy, so many hooks, hard rocking, great stuff. Long Way to Love and Girls School are probably the most known from here, but every song is good. Fun in Texas, I love that one. Save the Week's a really good ballad. Goodbye to Jane's a killer cover. Don't Hide, Rock Revolution. Love this album so much. Number 27, Crazy Nights from Kiss. My second favorite band, and they're this low. That's just how great these years are. And this album is so underrated. It gets so much hate, and there's no reason for it. A lot of this stuff is real heavy on here. There's a couple songs that have a little keyboard in them that a lot of people, then they think it's all like that. But it's just really My Way and Turn on the Night, which are good songs. But my favorites on here are Hell or High Water, one of my favorite Gene Simmons songs of the 80s. Love that one. I'll Fight Hell to Hold You is a great song. When Your Walls Come Down has killer guitar from Bruce Kulick. Reason to Live is a great song. I saw that live and it was killer live. Thief in the Night. Love this album. Number 26, Sword with Sweet Dreams. Great, just straight heavy metal, Canadian metal band. The Trouble Is was their video. The title song is a killer song. Back Off, Caught in the Act. Great heavy metal here from Sword. Absolutely love that record so much. At number 25, the debut from LA Guns. I like this slightly better than Cocked and Loaded. They're really close. But you got Sex Action, One More Reason, One Way Ticket, Shoot for Thrills. What a great debut. One of the first sleaze metal records. Absolutely love this record so much. Great stuff, LA Guns. Number 24, the debut from Bullet Boys. And this one here, I mean, me and my friends sang along this whole record. Every time we played it, we were just, had it on repeat, played it so much. Smooth Up In Ya, For the Love of Money, those are the singles. But, you know, you got Hard as a Rock is a great song. Ode to Joe, that's about Joe Perry from Aerosmith, great song. Shoot the Preacher Down. Mark Twain's vocals are absolutely flawless on this. Crank Me Up, F-sharp 9, what a great debut. And at number 23, my favorite album from this artist, and it's a good one. Raise Your Fist and Yell from Alice Cooper. This is almost straight heavy metal. It's got a little bit of a concept feel at the end of it. The last 3 songs, which are Chop, 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 Gale, and Roses on White Lace. Roses on White Lace is one of my favorite songs he's ever done. Give the Radio Back, Step on You. Oh, I love Step on You. This is such a good album. Prince of Darkness, Lock Me Up, Freedom. I love this. Kip Winger on bass, Kane Roberts on guitar. What a great album. At number 22, I've got the 598 EP from Metallica. One of my favorite EPs of all time. So my top 5, just so good. One of the best cover albums ever. You know, Helpless, Last Caress, Green Hells, just everything on here. The Small Hours, The Weight, that's so good. Crash Course and Brain Surgery. Just the last Metallica album that really had that old Metallica sound before they really got more progressive. And, you know, they were starting to get progressive, but this just had that raw, like, kind of an angry Metallica sound that the first 3 albums had, and they kind of lost after this one, I thought, but that's just so good. Okay, at number 21, Danzig's debut, killer debut, Twist of Cain, Mother, every song's good. The drumming from Chuck Biscuits is phenomenal on this record, and just an amazing debut from Danzig. Love that album so much. Mother is probably my least favorite song on the record, and that's a really good one, so... You know. Okay, now I'm in the top 20. At number 20, Dio with Dream Evil. What an amazing Dio record. After his previous album, which wasn't quite as strong as Holy Diver and Last in Line, this one here came back with a vengeance. Had Craig Goldie on guitar. Night People, Dream Evil, All the Fools Sailed Away. Amazing Dio ballad there. I Could Have Been a Dreamer. That was a big hit. Naked in the Rain, When a Woman Cries. I love this album. My 3rd favorite Dio, after the first 2. Okay, at number 19, this is a all-time favorite of mine. Personally, I love this record so much. This is the Hangman. This is their debut. I know they've done some records after. I never heard their later records, but this one here, you know, you got Desperation Town and Coal Mine to start off, Walking in the Woods. They almost have a kind of a hard rock with a little bit of punk feel mixed in. Really killer lyrics and vocals, really different. Lonely, Rotten Sundays, a killer song. Kiss From You. Every song on this is amazing. I love this album. Okay, at number 18, one of the best concept albums ever made. One of my favorite albums from this band, probably my 2nd favorite. This is Operation Mindcrime from Queensryche. And wow, when this came out, it blew me and all my friends away. It's almost like it's better to hear it all in one piece than a song here or there. You know, Eyes of the Stranger was, and I Don't Believe in Love were singles. I probably had another one. But every song's good on it. But together as a whole, this album is so good. And what a fantastic listen. Okay, at number 17. And I discovered this as a blind buy. Another time I was visiting my family in Portland, and I went to the local record store, which is Music Millennium. It was walking distance from my grandparents' house, like 4 blocks away. So I spent like all my time there. And I saw this, and I was like, oh, I better try that. I took it home. Rocks Gang, things you've never done before, and I have not stopped listening to it since. The guitar work is amazing on this. Speed metal masterpiece from Florida. Every song I love. Scratch My Back, No Easy Way Out, Red Rose, Live Fast, Die Young. Ball and Chain, that's so cool. Fastest Gun in Town's maybe my favorite song on here. Absolutely love this album so much. It's a masterpiece. At number 16, and Justice for All from Metallica. Wow, what a killer record this is. This is their most progressive record. It's just amazing. All these long songs. Blackened is one of my favorite Metallica songs. Eye of the Beholder is one of my favorites. And of course, you got one on here. Frayed Ends of Sanity, Harvester of Sorrow, Shortest Straw. Love this. Dyer's Eve's a great closer. Amazing record from Metallica. And at number 15, I can't believe this album is so low. It's one of my all-time favorite thrash albums, State of Euphoria from Anthrax. Wow, I love this. Be All End All, and Now It's Dark, and Misery Loves Company. Who Cares Wins is great. Love this album so much. One of my favorite Anthrax records. Okay, at number 14, what a great second record from Death Angel. Frolic Through the Park, Bored, Confused, man, Third Floor. I love that song. open up. They do a cover of Kiss's Cold Gin on here. I just absolutely love this album. This is where I was introduced to Death Angel. My friend had the cassette, and it blew me and my friends away. We're like, oh my God, this is like so killer. And it's an amazing, amazing record. Love that. Frolic Through the Park. Number 13, Sea Hags. One-off band. This is such a killer, like sleazy hard rock album. I got Half the Way Valley, Doghouse, Too Much T-Bone. Every song's good. I love Bunk Bed Creek going into In the Mood for Love. Three's a Charm has the guitarist singing, I believe. Misfortune, great album all the way through. Love Sea Hags, very underrated album there. Speaking of underrated albums, here's number 12, Wolfsbane, Live Fast, Die Fast. Heavy, heavy album. There's, a little bit of David Lee Roth to Blaze Bayley's vocals in this, like Van Halen era David Lee Roth. Really killer stuff like I Like It Hot. That was the single and probably the most commercial song. The rest of this is just heavy as hell. Manhunt, Killing Machine, Fell Out of Heaven. Love that song. Tears from a Fool is kind of the slower song, but it kicks in. Money to Burn. Man, I love this album so much. So good. Okay, at number 11, we've got Dirty Looks with Cool from the Wire. Same thing of how I discovered this. Visiting in Portland again. Every time I went there, I discovered all these bands. And this one here is one of my all-time favorites, of course. It's the number 11 of this whole era. It's Not the Way You Rock. That's the same thing with All You Need Is Rock and Roll. I heard it on the radio in Portland, and that's how I got into this. But Oh Ruby, Tokyo, No Brains Child's one of my favorites. I love this album. Henrik Ostergaard, very killer guitarist and singer, and so killer. Love Dirty Looks. Now I'm into my top 10. And at number 10, I got Nobody Said It Was Easy from the Four Horsemen. Bluesy hard rock masterpiece of a record. They had an EP before this, and wow, is this a good one. Rockin' Is My Business, the title song. Wanted Man. I always love that because I said I'm a wanted man in Idaho, and that's where I live, so I loved that. Love Moonshine, Hothead. What a great, phenomenal piece of music this is. Number 9, Frehley's Comet. And wow, this was so cool when this came out. Hadn't heard from Ace Frehley since, Creature of the Night era, and he didn't really play on that, so this is the first time you heard him, and the video came on for Into the Night, and it was just, wow, blew me away. Just instantly recognizable guitar work from Ace. Rock Soldiers, Calling to You, the Todd Howarth, great song, Something Moved. Love this album so much. Amazing. Love that debut. Okay, at number 8, Hot in the Shade from Kiss, the most misunderstood and underappreciated Kiss album ever. I absolutely love this record, starting with Rise to It. Betrayed is such a heavy Gene Simmons song. Then they got the killer Hide Your Heart. Prisoner of Love, another great Gene song. Read My Body's a little weaker than the rest, but I still like it. Then Love's a Slap in the Face. Forever, the biggest hit they ever had, pretty much. Street Give Them the Street Take It Away. You Love Me to Hate You is my favorite song on this. I just think this is a underappreciated record here. I love it. Okay, at number 7, it's a big one here for me. Vane with No Respect. I love this album. Davey Vane is such a unique singer. This album, the guitar work is great. The production is great. The songs are so good and so catchy. And it's just, this album just flies by, even though it's kind of long. Secrets and Beat the Bullet to start out, and Who's Watching You. What great songs they are. 1,000 Degrees, the title song, No Respect. Down for the Third Time is killer. Icy. Ready, Mr. West. I absolutely love this album so much. Vane at number 7. Number 6, the most kind of underrated album from this band. Megadeth, So Far So Good, So What. I love this one too. It's kind of shorter. It's only got 8 songs, but they're all great. Into the Lungs of Hell to start out, that killer instrumental going to Set the World Afire. Man, it's just an aggressive Megadeth record. Anarchy in the UK is even a cool version. It has Mick Jones playing on it. In My Darkest Hours, one of my all-time favorites. Hook and Mouth and Liar, love them. Great album from Megadeth. Okay, at number 5, My favorite Ace Frehley, Trouble Walking. This is just Ace at his best. He sings all the songs but two, which one is Fractured 3 and instrumental, and then Too Young to Die, which has Richie Scarlett singing, which is a killer song. But Shot Full of Rock does a really cool version of Do Ya, the ELO song. He does a version of Hide Your Heart, which I like even better than the Kiss version. Back to School with the Sebastian Bach doing background vocals. Remember Me, one of the best songs Ace ever did. It's the guitar in it is so killer. It's just, I love this album so much. And number 4, probably my favorite concept album of all time, Seventh Son of a Seventh Son from Iron Maiden. Man, when I first heard this, it was just so different from Maiden, and just kept listening to it, and I still listen to it, and it just has such a great flow. Starting with Moonchild and Infinite Dreams, the single Can I Play With Madness, Evil That Men Do is great, the title song, I love the Clairvoyant, every song on this, wow, what a masterpiece this is from Maiden. The last of their classic, just in-your-face, all-time classic records. They have great albums after it, but that's the last one, that just an all-time classic. Okay, number 3. The Headless Children from Wasp. This is a masterpiece. I say that a lot, but this is. It's a little more adult lyrically, and it's got its foot in both the Wasp stores, where they were their earlier stage and their later stage. And the Heretic, the Lost Child, is so killer. A great version of The Real Me. The Headless Children, that song is just so awesome. Mean Man is one of my favorites. The song about Chris Holmes. Forever Free, the best ballad Wasp, well, I don't know. One of the 2 best ballad Wasp ever did, if you call them ballads. But the drumming on that from Frankie Banali, when it kicks in, is just so good. Rebel in the FDG, awesome album, number 3. At number 2, Dangerous Toys. One of my 3 or 4, one of my favorite sleaze metal records of all time. Absolutely love it. Played it to death when it came out. I mean, it was on repeat. Me and my friends drinking and singing along. Bones in the Gutter is one of my favorites. Take Me Drunk, Queen of the Nile, 10 Boots Stomping, and That Dog. And then you got Sporting a Woody and Teasing Pleasing and Scared, which actually did pretty good video-wise. So this is just an awesome Texas hard rockin' killer record. And that leaves at number 1, Among the Living from Anthrax. My favorite Anthrax album, masterpiece again, just awesome. Starting with the title song, then to Caught in a Mosh. I remember first time I heard Caught in a Mosh, had the mosh part, and I was just blown away. It was really unique for back then. I Am the Law, killer song about Judge Dredd. You got Evil Nick Ufesson. Skeleton in the Closet, which is about Apt Pupil. Indians, great song. One World, ADI, Horror of It All is probably my favorite. Imitation of Life. Every song. I really need a repress. It's getting old, but it still plays good. All right, everybody. That was my top 50 of the late 80s for hard rock and heavy metal. And everyone, if you'd like to see my other section, the next 50, let me know. If not, I just won't even do it. But have a great one, and I'll see you either with that or with the 90s. All right. Bye.